Welcome back, folks. Roth here. Alright, let's see. Whoop, I don't want to turn that on. I want to put the smaller cam on here. Let's see. I think tonight we're going to be starting off a little late. So I'm going to boot up Scribblet. Last time we were on this about a week ago. We were continuing some more of the link art, so I'm gonna put this up and we'll probably do some more detailing on the link art. This is a link based on the upcoming Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. Alright. I totally forgot to check the frame rate and all that. Also, there is, at the bottom there, you can see a photo that I shot at PAX East. They had a statue, life-size statue of Link, where he poses with his arm out, and folks were able to, have a, photo op with that statue, and it's pretty much the pose that they're gonna be promoting Tears of the Kingdom with. So, it's this exact pose, same pose that you see in some of the promotional art, and also the amiibo. Hey there, Puverson, welcome in. Think about the gem guy. If you have, this me was working out flip flop. Oh wow, really? Yeah, that's pretty wild. We are just talking about flip flops yesterday, and now it's come to life, I guess. Or what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But yeah, that is pretty neat. Coincidences happen all around. We just it's up to us to catch them. All right, let me see. I might want to sort things out a little bit. I just saw that there was a. Oh my gosh, you can see the cursor. There was like a Ghibli. Oh, there it is. Kiki's Delivery Service, and I was playing a cover that I made of Spirited Away, I think. Spirited Away. So this is Scribblet. It's an online Pictionary game you can download for free on Steam. Search up Scribblet and you'll be able to find it for free. There's some submitted drawings from the community. Folks who have also used this Scribblet to submit their drawings. And yeah, you just upload your drawings whenever you feel, and they will be displayed like so. But I also use it not only to play the main games, but also to draw. And this is the latest drawing that we're currently working on. So let's go into it and further continue where we last left off. I also want to, let me see. First, let's get that playlist going. I want to enable the cam. Oh, not that one. I've already enabled here. There you go. Hello. Might want to zoom in a little bit too. We always have to go in and readjust it, depending on what activity we're doing. But yeah, let's get a little zoom in on there. I had to move the mouse. Normally the mouse would be a little lower, but I put it on the top of the desk so that it's easier to display. Because otherwise, I have like a drawer right underneath it where I would place the keyboard and mouse and stuff. And I do have a mouse pad, but it's like not very easy on the eyes. This is what I'm using for a mouse pad, but it says Zombie Farm. This is based on a Facebook game, and they were giving these out many years ago, and I won a copy of it. So yeah, it's a nice, pretty thick mouse pad, pretty small. Nowadays they make like desk size, full desk size. I don't know how they call it. Is it just desk pad or something? I don't know what they call it nowadays. But there's like larger versions of it now that covers the entire desk, or at least like keyboard and mouse. But yeah, that is the trend nowadays. There's a lot of artsy ones that continue to get made. Let's see. So on display, I want to showcase the pin that they gave out at PAX East. This is that same exact Link pose that we're currently drawing. I don't know if we can get a clearer focus on it. But yeah, you get the idea. They pass these out at PAX East if you scan your QR code for My Nintendo members, or whatchamacallit, Club Nintendo, My Nintendo. I think it's My Nintendo now. They also gave out a Mario pin just for playing the Super Mario Brothers on the Switch NES game. I think it was within the Nintendo Versus arcade booth. So yeah, that was that. I won't be moving my mouse around too much when it comes to these arts, because I set the speed of the mouse. Typically it'll be, you know, quick and fast pace, but I think the purpose of the cam is to display the clicks and stuff, so each time I click, left, right clicks, you'll see it on the top of the TV thing, or the camera I'm in. So, let me see. Might want to bring the exposure down a little bit. Oh, wait. I think this is probably the best lighting right now, or more accurate lighting. Let me see what else. Kind of want to move this over if I can. Kind of want to centerize it, or center this to the TV or cam I'm in. I don't know what to call it. That way, you know, it's not too off to the side. Alright. So previously I would display the past drawings and stuff in this bottom corner. See the previous drawings, but I think I might want to move just the Link photo over to that corner so that, you know, it doesn't use up too much space. But yeah, let me see. I think it's this one here. Yep. Let's move this over. That's it. There's not much underneath. It's just the chat box. Actually, let me say something. Or type something in here. Hello, Hyrule. And then I'll just move it over. But yeah, the developers of this Scribblet has recently put out an update and still altering the UI a little bit. Okay, let me see, locking this down just in case I don't move it by accident. But yeah, basic UI. You got your brush, eraser, paint bucket, tool shapes and line tool, and then over on the right side you got the color wheel, transparency bar, eyedropper, and then preset of colors, paintbrush sizes, but you can also use the mouse wheel to increase, decrease the size of the brush. And then there's an undo, redo, clear canvas, and also save. And then there's a share button here on top. Once you finish, you can share it on to the Steam community or the in-app Scribblet community. And then up here you can rename the image. But yeah, this is what we got so far. I think this is our, I want to say, third session. So just you know, clarify, just in case I need to remind myself or whoever happens to stumble upon the video. But yeah, why work on flip flops? Yeah, I mean, I guess is, you know, since the warm weathers are coming in, people want to dress, you know, summery, I guess, preparing for the summer. But then that's kind of dangerous, you know, because you never know if you know an accident's about to happen, and then, you know, one would drop the weights onto their feet or something. That would be, you know, a little troublesome. All right. So based on the photo, let's see, Link. Kind of want to fix his eyes a bit or something for my drawing. It doesn't have to be to the T exactly, but you know, just want to get the general pose that he's got going on here. Let me see. Oh, it was cold today? Oh yeah, you never seen those mouse pads? Like they have like mouse pads that would cover like the desk and stuff, like the keyboard area and the mouse. I think they sell those nowadays. They had a bunch at PAX East. There was a booth. There's a couple of booths that I stopped by, and one would have specialized with like a whole lot of art, customized art, based on like a single artist. And they had like a variety of like different themes going on, like cyberpunky art and some video game inspired art. Alright, let's see the eyes here. And I know that Intel seems to advertise that too. So they've got like a bunch of like computer accessories, PC accessories, and peripherals that they would sell. They probably have them on their site or something too. Kind of like how Logitech has like custom mouse, or I guess they do call them mouses, right? Mouses, keyboards, and whatnot. Wait, did I? Oh, okay. I had to keep the OBS open in order to have the chats open and display. Those for gamers? I mean, it's for anybody that uses computer. I mean, you can use it for whatever. But it doesn't have to be like gamer specific. Although, I mean, that's what it's advertising towards. It's just there for decoration, you know. There's a whole lot of like designs, graphic stuff on peripherals, headphones. They would get customized. There was one. I'm thinking of that one booth that I saw at PAX East, and not only they had the mouse or desk pads, but they had like paintings and posters like sold separately, with like the shadow frames and stuff, shadow box frames, stuff like that. And some of those frames they light up, like some of those poster art they light up with LED and stuff, so that they're electronic. Some are electronic, some are not. So depending on which one you get. So they sell all sorts of stuff like that. But it's like all customized art, original art, sometimes video game inspired art. But you know, put on like, you know, put on display and, you know, just further decorate your room and desk. I feel like the face, Link's face is going to be the most detailed, or it's going to require a whole lot of work. A lot of focus, I mean. Is it on the regular size mouse pad? Oh. I don't really have much accessories. I can think of one piece of accessory that I can remember that I still have is like a headphones, pair of headphones that's Twilight Princess themed, and I'm not sure if there's anything else. But yeah, it's like officially licensed though. Oh, I mean, unless you want to count shirts, I have a whole bunch of shirts. But those are, I probably wouldn't count those as like electronics or anything. I know that nose is like a little bit more brighter looking. Hopefully the volume levels are fine. Haven't taken a look to see how the levels are. Man, I feel like I could either maximize this app or maybe shrink it a little bit. I feel like the more I shrink it, the more I have to like really focus on the movement of the cursor. Looking back and forth at the link photo. I think his face should be a little bit more try to get this shirt in. Yeah, gotta have some Zelda music. I feel like I should probably play some of the soundtracks from the games or something. I do recall that there was a soundtrack. Oh, I do have the disc for the symphony that they released with the Skyward Sword, I think? Skyward Sword? Bundled with Skyward Sword. Haven't listened to that for a while. I'm sure they have it on YouTube somewhere. Nintendo tends to like take down channels that have game music and stuff. I don't know if they still do that. Yeah, we got like another month until the release of Tears of the Kingdom. And I think last I checked, the pre-order item, which comes with a wall scroll over at Walmart, completely sold out. Both editions too, like the gold, and then there's the black one. And I don't know if it's like if it's gonna be reopened for pre-orders, but I feel like I might miss out on it, which is a shame. I don't know. I might just pick up the standard edition. I don't want to spend too much money on a single game. Yeah, so each store, each retail has their own like pre-order item, but I think the best one is probably the Walmart one, from what I've seen. Preferably like for any collector's edition or pre-order item bonus. Like I always like posters and or soundtracks. If it's something that's like, I don't know, it's gotta be something cool that would correlate with the game itself. Like hats would be another cool one too. I'm a sucker for hats, and there's been some hats in the past. Like I can think of from the top of my head, Scribblenauts. I don't know if you're familiar with Scribblenauts, an old DS game, and GameStop had a Scribblenauts hat that came with the pre-order. So, and for some reason, the place that I pre-ordered it at did not have it when I went to pick it up. And they mentioned, I was there in person too, like I was there to pick it up the day one, and said, oh, we ran out of hats. Like, how do you run out of hats? I pre-ordered, weeks ahead of time, And yeah, from then on, like, you know what, cancel all pre-orders from GameStop. I'm out of here. But yeah, that's, I don't know, makes the customer feel bad, And I know the reason why they didn't have it, because, they're saving it for themselves. That's usually how it is when it comes to GameStop. The employees take the pre-order item ahead of the customer. But yeah, there's been so many, like, downs, like downsides to like GameStop. But there was another one where you can get Professor Layton hat, like the big top hat, just for pre-ordering the game. Another DS game, I think. But I remember that was like I've always wanted one of those. And the hat is made out of like foam. I don't know what the correct term for that sort of material, but yeah, they have those. I only know like a couple people that have them. But yeah, Professor Layton is coming back. It's gonna be heading to Switch. It's quite nice. Hey there, Grandma. Way to come in. Yeah, this is our third session on this Link drawing. Hopefully I can finish this drawing by the time the new game comes out, which is going to be a month away, I think. May 12th, so today is only April 12th. So hopefully a month from now we'll be able to finish this drawing. It'll probably be the most detailed drawing that we've done within Scribblet, but I don't know. Or at least one of the most. Let me run for money when it comes to nerdy attire. Oh, really? Wow. I mean, this. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot out there. But yeah, I've got like a whole collection of things from like past releases, spanning decades or generations, I should say. So many collector's editions that I kind of wish that I didn't really, you know, I shouldn't spend too much. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I spend way too much. Or at least I did back during the Wii era. Spent way too much. Kind of learned my lesson though. But there was some good stuff. It's just that I bought way too many copies of like a single game, you know, where I shouldn't have. And there was like no reason for me to, but something about like you just gotta have a game at launch, you know what I mean? But pre-ordering like a single game, the same exact game from like different stores, from Amazon, because each store would have something different. Amazon would have something like a, I don't know, a discount. If you purchase this on, you know, within this time frame, you get like 5 or 10 off on your next purchase and stuff like that. Try not to fall for those offers anymore. Sometimes, you know, this time sensitive offers is a bad idea, you know. A lot of those, you know, expired way too soon. You pre-ordered a scroll from local Walmart. Oh, nice. So is that like in store, or it has to be online? Because I thought I read that it has to be done online. Unless they also offer it in store, then that's awesome. Let's get that that your Walmart is able to do that. So far, I think for us it's online. So there's 2 editions. There's the gold one, which I think it's all sold out, and then there's the black one, which is with the more common pre-order item. But yeah, either one is like, ooh, looks cool. There's some other editions across, like globally. I think Japan has like a spoon and a fork. Yeah, a spoon and a fork with your pre-order. And then I forget which one. I think it might have been Best Buy or Amazon. It might have been Best Buy. Best Buy, or was it Target? I forget which one, which store. Has the wooden plaque. A wooden plaque. Could have been GameStop, I don't know. Either one of those retailers. So a wooden plaque, spoon and fork. Like, what are we having for dinner, right? You can use that as your, for your dining table. It makes you wonder, like, what could be so... Like, what's the context with this spoon and fork, you know? Like, such an odd pre-order bonus for, like, this game. Yeah, I think that one is, like, Japan only. Yeah. No, it's not shaped like a Master Sword. It's like a... I don't know, just like a simple spoon and fork. It's just silver colored. It's not gold. It's just like simple... Like silver colored. Like not... It doesn't even look... You can tell that it's not like an actual... spoon and fork. It's not made out of metal or anything. I think it's just plastic. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. Oh, just had a notification there. You take the spoon and fork? Business trips? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look it up. I think you should be able to find it easily. I just find it funny, like, you can combine the spoon and fork with the wooden plaque. The wooden plaque would be your plate. And then, and then the person that's playing the game would have the game as their meal. Which part of this is... Oh, this is his shoulder. Okay, I see. This shoulder pad. I feel like his sideburn should be a little longer or something. Alright. Should go a little bit darker. Oh. Gotta keep my monitor active before it power down. Engrave the Legend of Zelda with a Zelda crest. The Triforce thing. I feel like it should go a little bit more browner. It's just a regular spoon and yeah. Yeah, I think it might have like the logo on it or something. But yeah, it makes you wonder, like, how does this fit within the context of the game? Because so far we barely see much of the game. So who knows? It could be something that maybe Zelda offers to Link or something, or maybe like one of the characters in game would offer to Link, and that would be like the secret weapon. To destroy Ganon or something. Hey Ganon, let's have a dinner. We invite you to a dinner party. Here's a spoon and fork. I kind of think of the scene from Little Mermaid, where she's doing her song, and then she has that fork to comb her hair and stuff. Gizmos and gadgets. And then there's that that funny scene with her with Ariel combing her hair using the fork. So who knows? Like the spoon and fork could, I don't know. They could be used in a different way. Yeah, so the other store has the wooden plaque, and the plaque has like designs on it. Tears of the Kingdom designs on it and stuff. It could be some of those engravings in the cave, as we've seen in the trailer. I was browsing the official website earlier, and was watching the trailers over again. And yeah, some of those engravings are probably some of the same ones that would appear on the wooden plaque. Looks like Ganondorf could use some nutrition. Man, I don't even remember if Ganondorf is even in the trailer, but there's like some sort of like re-dead or something that's like coming back to life or whatever. So I'm curious what that's what it's about. Although, that some of those scenes, they look really dark. And I'm down to, to have like a darker Zelda again. Or at least like something to the level of like Majora's Mask and whatnot. Then we got like the big giant golem that Link fights, so looking forward to that. Some Shadow of Colossus inspired fights and stuff. Alright, gotta round up this shoulder pad here. A mummified corpse that turns and it has red eyes. Oh, okay. Could be. See, I'm really curious to see what would happen with the sword. By sword, I mean the Master Sword. And I want to see, like, Fi make an appearance or something. Like, we'll see some I don't know, some wisps floating around, and then brightens up the scene, and then all of a sudden, like, Fi appears, and then, give word to Link that, hey, either she would say, oh, remember me, referring to a past game, like Skyward Sword and stuff, or maybe she'll give out like a little briefing of, the history of what's happened so far, why she's there, and what needs to be done to defeat, the evil entity and stuff. A little guidance to Link before she reforms the sword again, the Master Sword, I mean. So I think that would be something that would be pretty neat to see. That's what, at least that's what I'm hoping. And then again, I feel like, Skyward Sword did that already. Sort of like an origin story, but, I guess told in another new way. I definitely, maybe want to replay it again. Man, now thinking about it, I feel like if I were to play, a lot of the iconic games again, and maybe take my time doing so, and by the time that Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I feel like I might still be playing one of those games. So I'm not sure if I can finish them all within a month. So it'll probably have to be like either 1 or 2 games that I can probably do. And yeah, I feel like Wind Waker could be saved for like the summertime, because that game is like all about sailing across the oceans, and it's got like a very summery vibe to it, so I might want to save that for the summer. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they're easy, but then then again, like, it's been a while since I played them. But I think, from top of my head, I think Twilight Princess only took me like, from what I remember, I only spent like 90 hours before I completed it. And I took my time too. I went fishing and stuff, and spent a lot of time in the fishing, as much as I can, before I finished it. before I finish, you know, the final temple or whatever dungeon. Back when you know, back on the original system on the Wii, because that was a launch title, and yeah, I breezed right through that game, and from memory, I remember it being a lot easier, like a little bit easier than Wind Waker, so I solved it pretty easily. So I must have spent more time in Wind Waker than Twilight Princess. And I don't know. There's a part of me that felt a little bit disappointed because of the length of the game for Twilight Princess. But then I try to, you know, spend a bit more time in it and getting to know the characters, see if there's any like dialogue that I missed, and exploring the environments, and spending a lot of time in the fishing pond. But yeah, I think eventually I just complete the game. So it's like about like 90 hours I spent in that game. So I mean that's not too long. That's not too long. I mean it's a decent amount of time, but it's like, I don't know. Thinking in hindsight, doesn't seem like it's a long of a game. And I feel like some of the weapons in that game, you can only use it for like that dungeon only. It's only required for that dungeon only. Like, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but man, some of those later items that seemed cool, fresh new ideas for the franchise, and we only get to use it for like a couple rooms. They only become useful, and that's it. You don't get to use them again. Because they was just uniquely built for that specific dungeon. And yeah, it only comes up like twice. And that's it. Pretty fun tool. And then you never get to use it again. I think that's the one thing I remember from Twilight Princess. There's like a couple new tools that they introduced in that were pretty cool, but rarely used, you know? Favorite Zelda tool? Man, I don't know, there's a lot of them. I can't really pick a favorite. I do remember like the invisible cape, like that was pretty cool. That was back in like Link to the Past, I want to say. Link to the Past era, and even that one, like, you don't really get to use all that much. It would unlock like in the later part of the game, and then yeah, you don't really get to use all that much. Cause that one would use up some magic too, so you gotta make sure you have a full magic bar. Yeah, that one, like, I feel like not many people would recognize or remember. Yeah, the magic cape, it also falls under like a lot of like fairy tales. There's like certain fairy tales that also make use of that, like sort of invisible cape sort of thing. And I liked how they integrate that into the Zelda story, or at least specifically that game, the old Super Nintendo one. And I feel like I should start with that one, if I were to feature Zelda games on the channel. That will probably be the first. Other than like Hyrule Warriors, I think that's the only Zelda game that I've ever like live streamed. Oh yeah, Oracle and Aegis. I dabbled in those, but I never completed it. Mostly because it was on a handheld, and I don't really get to spend much time on the handhelds. But yeah, I'm familiar with those. And each of those are different too, they're not like the same. And those were the Capcom games too. Like, did they re-release those for the Game Boy app? For the Switch, I mean? Because if they did, I might actually play it on the Switch instead. I know they have Minish Cap for the Switch. And that one, ooh, I don't think I've ever completed that one. So that was like around the era where I was like away from video games for a bit. I was more into music at that time, in the early 2000s. Like I still had my N64 and stuff, but I was more... I was taking a break from video games at that time. And I wasn't too happy with like the Wind Waker, how they, how it came out visually. Until 2003, or 2002, 2003, picked up GameCube pretty late in the game. It was already been like a couple years since release. And I finally dove into Wind Waker for the first time. And it only took like 3 sittings for me to complete that Wind Waker. I'll probably talk more about it once we actually get down to playing it then. Although I don't know if I want to go with the GameCube version or maybe the Wii U version, which is the HD one. Because the HD one, I don't think I played, but I can easily boot up the old GameCube version and then just continue from there. But yeah, I don't think I've ever collected all the fairies. There's a bunch of fairies in that game, and I don't remember if I've collected all of them. I'll probably need a guide to find them, get a complete collection of the fairies. Yeah, different. Yeah, oh yeah, they do tie together. They released them for the DS. Yeah, they did release them for the DS, digitally, I think. I don't think I ever got them. I have the Four Swords. They put out Four Swords, the multiplayer one, for the DSi. Because if you picked up a DSi or DS, I think it is a DSi. They had like an ambassador program, and they had those for free. You can grab that game for free. It was like part of the 25th anniversary or something like that, or 20th anniversary, whichever occasion it was. And yeah, that game was up for grabs, and I got to play it with some friends locally while listening to Joe Rogan podcasts. I remember snapping a photo of that moment. And yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, trying to learn the puzzles together. I also have the GameCube version too, but didn't really get too far in the GameCube version. Four Swords for free, but nobody. Yeah. So the thing with like that edition is that it was just it had to be played locally for the multiplayer experience, and they didn't bother to put online for that game. At least until they put out Triforce Heroes. Yeah, Triforce spelled with 2 words. There's the Tri, and then the capital F for the Force, and then Heroes. So that was the one that's like, I think it's online. So it's like 4 swords, but 3 players with online. And I think the graphics engine was that. They used the Link Between Worlds one. Yeah, and it was like shortly after that release, from what I recall. I never got that game. There was a demo that you can play for free. And yeah, that's all I played of that game. Because I was pretty disappointed. Because compared to Four Swords Adventures, or whichever the handheld version was, it was for free. You know, you can't beat free. And then there's 4 players versus 3 players. But then for Triforce Heroes, you know, it's brand new puzzles and stuff. So I mean, that's the argument for Triforce Heroes. And also building a new graphics engine. But you still get the same experience, you know, kinda. Yeah, I was thinking to maybe grab that too someday when it's like dirt cheap, but yeah, not anytime soon. Like, these days it's like difficult to find people to play with. Unless it's like online, I think that would, make things a little easier. The only thing that is you can't really communicate with the other person all that easily. Unless it's like on Switch or something. If they put it on Switch, I think it would probably be a little easier. Either Switch or whatever future system that they plan on putting it on. Like, it has to be on a modern system. Okay. I feel like I need to push this eye a little bit more. Hey there, Asher. Hold on, I'm missing some messages. Zach, thanks. Jay Black, man, we got a bunch of people coming from YouTube. Either distracted, especially in open world games. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, like, the visuals now are really great. I mean, they could definitely do a lot with the Zelda games nowadays. Like, look at Link's Awakening. Even though I have not played that, but man, the graphics for that is just... I know it was like something that was pitched to Nintendo, and then they decided to release it fully. And yeah, it seemed to work out just fine. Although I feel like, some of those remakes, they're just there to buy time until they put out Breath of the Wild and stuff, or whatever the next major mainline Zelda game would be. So in the time that they had Link's Awakening out, they could have spent more time on Breath of the Wild and so on. But then again, it was a different team that made it, so it's kind of like how they did with the putting out the Virtual Boy while we were waiting for the N64. So like the same sort of feeling. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like these past few generations, we continue to wait and wait for the next mainline Zelda, while they continue to like put out remasters, remakes for all these new people that's diving into the series for the first time. And people are still continuing to ask for remakes of past games, re-releases. For Switch, for whatever the next system's gonna be. Like, people are still gonna keep on asking for it, Port after port after port. Where's the next mainline title, That's my only complaint about the Zelda series at the moment, is that we continue having to wait for the next brand new game, so that folks can catch up on it. But I mean, it is what it is. That's why I kind of took a break from the Zelda series for a while, and yeah, it's like probably one of the main reasons why I continue to play Hyrule Warriors, just to it was just like a fresh experience. Seeing was it Omega Force that worked on the Hyrule Warriors? Like, and seeing their take on the like the story for Zelda and how it ties in with the the story and stuff. Yeah, thinking about some of those Wii U games, I totally missed out on some of the DLC. Never got around to picking them up. And now I kind of regret it. Now with the eShop closed, I don't think there's any way to, or at least official ways to try and get those DLC. Which was Link's Awakening? So Link's Awakening was the Game Boy. Originally was on the Game Boy, black and white, and then they re-released it again in color, so that would be the deluxe version, and was called The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. And that was a big title for the time, that the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, around that era. So that was like early 90s to mid 90s. And then they put out a remake, brand new engine, just a few years ago. I want to say like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. Done by a different studio outside of Nintendo. From what I remember, it was pitched to them just to show off, you know, this engine and how the game would look and stuff. And I think they revealed it like during a Nintendo Direct or something like that. But yeah, it was a brand new Link's Awakening remake, brand new engine, and it was put on for Switch with a collector's edition and all that, like the works, you know. But yeah, that one I never got. It looks great though. My friend has it. But yeah, that game is a good one. Very good story. With some cool cutscenes that we don't really see too often. Like even compared to like A Link to the Past, because that was the home console version. So I think shortly after A Link to the Past, it was Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. And for the Game Boy, you had the cutscenes. Like even for the Game Boy, like it had like, you know, comic style cutscenes that you did not get for the Super Nintendo version, which was Link to the Past. I think the Link to the Past one, they use like the in-game engine sprites to tell the story, or like, you know, the cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, Link's Awakening would have entirely drawn pixel art for some of the storytelling, at least in the beginning, from what I recall. But yeah, that was a good entry. There was a few, like, for a few fans, like that's their, you know, a fan favorite. At least up until Ocarina of Time came out. But yeah, I remember a whole bunch of my classmates would own that game. Anyone who had a Game Boy at that time would have Link's Awakening. Yeah, the one with the egg. Yeah, that one. Yep. The egg, the whale. I've got the whale's name now. The flying whale. It sort of reminded me of Fantasia, because Fantasia 2000 was the film from Disney. You know, came out a little later though. But yeah, like flying whales. Like, you know, we don't really often see that. And then there's like also Free Willy. Free Willy 1, Free Willy 2. Yeah. That was like the era of like whales in general. Yeah, Free Willy. Yeah, the first Free Willy had I think a Michael Jackson song. I remember like during the credits there would be an MJ song that he would sing. I think it was exclusive to that soundtrack. And I also recall that 3T, which was Michael Jackson's nephew's R&B group. They would have like at least one song in there, if I recall. I listened to that one a lot. It's a pretty good movie. Kind of had that vibe again when I saw Aquaman. Because he would walk up to that glass, and then there would be the fish behind the glass aquarium. And the same thing happened in Free Willy. Because the kid would hear the cries of the whale and stuff. Alright, let's try and push this a little further. Alright. Just getting a little closer to it. Giving Link some eyeliner. Yeah, apparently there's like a third and maybe a fourth movie for Free Willy. From what I recall. I just remember walking to like a Walmart or Target, and then me and my friends was like surprised by how many Free Willy movies there were. The same thing with like Home Alone. There's like a fourth Home Alone movie. Like what? When did this come around? Yeah, some of those movies, they just like come out like straight to video. They don't get like a theatrical release or anything. It's just you know, some of the companies just want to make a quick buck. But there's also like Dolphin's Tale, which is sort of like a spiritual successor, but like sort of inspired by Free Willy. It has that same vibe, similar vibe. I remember watching the first film, Dolphin's Tale, but there's like it's also a sequel to that too. Are you gonna beat Blinka's face? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I mean, we're working on it. Try and get all the shadows in. Whoa. Looking at the live chat over on Trovo. Hey there, Pat. Day's going good. It's actually pretty warm today. Tomorrow's gonna be a lot warmer. Gonna be hitting 80 degrees. I got the AC ready to put in, to install. But I'll probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, how's your day going? Just got started. Oh, it's already been an hour? Hopping on back to this drawing. I want to try and finish this before the new game comes out. Yeah, I'll probably spend maybe a couple hours on this at a time. Hopped on a little late. Had some chores to do. Just playing a new indie game called Rusted Moss. Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one. What genre is that? Rusted Moss. Crazy Zelda's only a month. Yeah, exactly. Yep, just a month away. And they're gonna have a third trailer for the next Direct, or at least they're gonna be live streaming it, or live stream revealing that third trailer number 3. So who knows what's gonna be shown in that trailer? Possibly more enemies or something, or maybe more of the story. But I'll probably still watch it regardless. There's like so many digital events that's on the horizon. There's a Monster Hunter one that's gonna be airing. I forgot what day. But Capcom's gonna be detailing more on the title update 5 for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And they're gonna reveal an Elder Dragon in that. And I think most people know what that Elder Dragon's gonna be. And it's definitely something that that I've been contemplating and been rooting for since Title Update 4. But except with Title Update 4, we had Volcana instead. So we might get that other monster. And this monster is going to be has something to do with Kamura, like attacking Kamura in the past, which would line up just nicely because of how it's themed, like the whole Eastern theme. Metroidvania looks really good. Oh, nice. I'll have to see if it's like on Steam or something. There's a game that I saw Exceed Games had featured on their channel. Came out like a week ago, called Melon Journey. Yeah, Melon Journey. It's got like Game Boy graphics or Game Boy inspired graphics, but you know it would run in widescreen but it's got like pixel graphics for certain parts, or for most of the parts, and a very green like color palette. Not exactly a Game Boy color palette, but it's still like green and very melony. Like fruits, like it's like all sorts of fruits and play on words in that game. Looks pretty cute. And I saw Exceed featured it. And I think it's supposed to be like a little indie that released on Itch.io. And then I guess they found a publisher, and that just happens to be Exceed. So they're putting it out officially in retail and stuff. Yeah, Melon Journey. Looks pretty neat. It looks like one of those cozy games. Sort of reminds me of what's that other one that Rose City Games came out with? The one with the grape. It was something story. Garden Story, I think. Yeah, Garden Story or something like that. It's cool. Alright, let's see. Could be a slang term that refers to the act of applying makeup to... Oh, okay. Never knew that. I'm not much of a makeup person, but yeah. Yep, pretty much. I don't think I've heard anyone ever use that. But I see why it's used in that way. Oh my gosh. It's pretty dark. That is pretty dark though. That sounds like... Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like something that would develop like around like social media or something. Instagram, TikTok, whatnot. They come up with like all sorts of like terms that I've never... Like it's more of figure of speech. Yeah, like new forms of figure of speech. But it makes sense though, once you think about it, it makes sense. feel like the ear should be a little bit darker here. Yeah, it's great to hear that the Super Mario Brothers movie is doing really well. Thought I heard somewhere or read somewhere that that they could do a Metroid movie next. I'm not sure. And they would have like a lineup of different movies on the way. But yeah, Nintendo Cinematic Universe, that would be pretty wild. Who knows what it's going to turn out like. Smash Brothers the movie. Supposed to get the brown in. Needs to be more dark. Okay. I think the lineup of his face is definitely on par with what I intend to have it look. Let's get some more shadows down here. Oh yeah. Let's not forget to save. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that my N64 controller came in. But I might wait until either tomorrow or maybe sometime this weekend or something. Could be tomorrow, depending on if I decide to feature an N64 game or something. That's probably like a throwback. I think that would be a good time to actually showcase that unboxing. I do want to have that on cam as I unbox it. Yeah, pretty excited to see how it plays in the hands. And then I'll probably compare it to the old, like original N64 controller. See how different they are. Yeah, there's still yeah, I saw it too. I'm sure it'll come back. It took a while for the comeback in stock, and it's like the second time that it came back. Yeah, figure I grabbed that N64 version first before getting the Super Nintendo or something. Because I have other like third-party controllers that work on a Switch, and they're shaped just like Super Nintendo, so I didn't really need an official one. But the Sega Genesis controller would be neat too. You know, the NES controllers are a little bit more sharp and they sort of hurt your hands because the how the corners are so sharp. So I think that the better one to get would be the Super Nintendo ones, and then the for the N64 games would be the N64 controller. All right, check this. Oh, it's supposed to be like a little flatter. Yeah. Get a little closer on this. Yeah, it should be like a little flatter. Alright, I'm not sure I can. Let's see. This should go over. Get a little darker here. Yeah, Ocarina of Time. I was planning to maybe do like GoldenEye or something again. But we'll see. I do also plan to maybe play Ocarina of Time through the Switch. And I don't know if I can fit in Majora's Mask or anything. But Ocarina of Time, I feel like that's an important one. If anything, I would love to feature the 3DS version, Ocarina of Time 3D, because that was the more unique one of the bunch. Of all the re-releases of Ocarina of Time, the 3DS one was probably the most unique because of the new models that they had. All right. I don't know how this part is gonna look. Oh, it seems to be like a little pin or something that keeps the belt lock. Yeah, that game is definitely timeless. I would love to revisit it. I checked my cartridge, my original cartridge, just right over there. Let me see. Let me bring it out. Yeah, it's like right here. Just the old gray version. I hadn't gotten around to getting the gold one. It just costs way too much nowadays. But I checked my old save file and it's still there. I remember letting my cousin borrow the game, and it returned looking. Didn't look like as in the state that I had him borrow it. Cause man, I kept that game in really neat condition. So when he asked if he could borrow it, I was like, a little worried, but yeah. I let him borrow anyway. And then when it was returned, I was like, what? Can you even recognize it? Because it looks so different. Because the thing with the label is, like, it was once sparkly. I don't know how familiar you are with the Ocarina of Time cartridge. But the label that they print out for the game, like when it's brand new or close to brand new, like it has that little spark in the background, like the gold part of it, the gold part of the label. And then if you rub if you rub that label too much, or if it moves around too much, it will lose that sparkle or the goldness of it, so it turned a little bit yellow. But yeah, I almost couldn't recognize it anymore. I remember that the background of that label used to be so gold looking. Like if you look really close to it, up close to that label, you see like the little sparkles, and it was no longer there by the time I got it back. I was pretty distraught. Majora's Mask 3D. Oh yeah, that was another one too. Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D. I don't think I ever got to play the Majora's Mask one, 3D. I mean, my friend had it. He was thinking to maybe offer it to me before he left, but he never did. Yeah, because he was already done playing it, and I was like, Yeah, just bring it over. And he just never did. I never saw him again. Could have had it though. Although I do have a digital version of that. I think I already own a copy of it already. At least for the GameCube, I think I have it for GameCube. And I think I have it for Virtual Console, but I would have to double check to see if I do. But yeah, that's a great game. I'd love to revisit that. Once in a while, I'll look at like how others are playing some of those games, and yeah, it's each time I look and I see some of those areas like the Lost Woods and all that, and I just feel like it's like a trip through time, because it's been so long since I last played those games, and seeing some of those visuals and some of those characters, like the witches, like some of those witches, I've got their names. There's like the twin witches that appear in the series, both those titles. And I see those, how they design those witches. I was like, wow, I remember how these characters look. But yeah, it'll be a while until I get to replay those games. I've always wanted to, and I know I followed the category on Twitch for Ocarina, Link to the Past and stuff for like the longest time. Almost as old as for almost as long as I've had my account, and it's one of the first games I've followed, or categories I mean, and I still see people play it. Like that's still like one of the most played titles from what I've seen. It's still being played today. Still being streamed, I mean. But then I would land on channels where they would do like a randomizer thing, and I never tried any of the randomizers. And it's neat to see that, like within the Zelda community, like they're playing not only the 2D randomizers, but also the 3D ones, which I never like. I remember seeing that for the first time. I was like, wow, they actually built a randomizer for the Ocarina and stuff. That's pretty wild. So you never know what to expect when you're diving into those. Gotta solve a dungeon. I don't know. I think for me, I kind of want to keep it vanilla. I just like the original experience. It's just neat that, there's like different ways to play those games nowadays. Cool thing about the 3DS version of Majora's Mask was give you a journal that made the story and side quests a lot. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they made it a little easier, right? And also you can write notes if you suspend the game. Like I would probably make use of the 3DS notepad. What's it called? But yeah, I do vaguely remember some of the side quest stuff can be logged and stuff. That's pretty neat. Improved controls, graphics. Didn't like the game when it was on NC4. I really enjoyed it when I played. Yeah. I never got to experience the 3DS version. But I liked it on the N64 just fine. It was just a lot to manage because all the side quest stuff. And I remember trying to get the all the masks and then trading those masks in to unlock Oni Link, aka Fierce Deity Link. And yeah, back then they called him Oni Link. Well, he had both the names, but I mostly just shortened it to just Oni Link, just easier to pronounce. But yeah, I remember seeing that version of Link, and I was like, wow, I can't wait to unlock and play that specific character. Because you need all the masks, and then you trade those masks in to get the Fierce Deity Link, or this Fierce Deity masks. and then that version of Link can be used to defeat, you know, the final boss or whatever. But I would like walk around the castle town, or whichever that place is called, while wearing that mask. It was just so cool, like a cool design, and I just been a fan of that Majora's Mask just because of that. And I've got a feeling that, oh man, if they could bring the Fierce Deity back and maybe somehow tie it in with the Tears of the Kingdom, so not only would Link be able to restore the Master Sword, but then like this would be the version of Link, and even for this drawing here, I left his eye unfilled on purpose, because Fierce Deity would have no pupils. Like both of his eyes would be completely white, like this. We can see a little bit of it over here, but I tried to erase it a little bit. Not erase it, but like color over it. But yeah, what if the version of Link that we're seeing in Tears of the Kingdom would somehow turn out to be the same Link that was presented in Majora's Mask, the Fierce Deity one. Like, that would be a great crossover story between those two games. Because, like, I think at this point in time, I think, you know, Tears of the Kingdom being a sequel to Breath of the Wild, you know, Breath of the Wild being like a first entry of a brand new duology, if that's understandable. Because each generation there will be like 2 Zelda games, right? So there would be like Ocarina of Time, for example, followed by Majora's Mask. So Tears of the Kingdom would be like, you know, the follow-up to Breath of the Wild. So it's kind of like that duology. So with that in mind, and if they were to tie in, you know, the only Link, Fierce Deity, you know, like we finally get to see that other side of the story, you know, that we've always been curious about when we played Majora's Mask. Like, man, will we ever get to see that story told, you know, about the Fierce Deity? Like, will we ever be able to play that character and hear that story, that legend, you know, that Legend of Zelda? But yeah, I feel like this would be the right time to reveal that. But I don't know. Who knows what they're gonna do? Would be cool though. Would be super cool. But that's like really deep into the Zelda lore though. I feel like something that Zelda fans would discuss a lot, but I don't really see many people talk about it. Like putting 2 and 2 together. Especially like those exact ideas, you know? Because I think this would be the time to do it, if they were to tie the 2 together. Because like, you see the trailers and it seems like dark, and it's kind of also like reminiscent of Majora's Mask. Like right from the first trailer, the first reveal. And yeah, it's like very dark and just like Majora's Mask, so that could be like a hint. But yeah, you know. Did you play Link Between Worlds? Yes, I do. I have a copy of it. I'm trying to think of where I left it. It's over here? Oh, here it is. Alright, let me see. Check to see the cameras. Yeah, over there. I keep it in my 3DS case. It's actually a Nintendo DS, but I carry my 3DS in it a lot. It's like a band-aid in here too, just in case. SD cards. There's like an adapter for iPhone to micro USB. Just in case there's friends that use iPhones and stuff, like pop that out and just, you know, have them charge their battery that way. Only been one occasion that has this happened. But yeah, it turned out to be pretty useful. Yeah, Link Between Worlds is a great one. I love the concept of it and the idea, you know, that it goes harkens back to the Link to the Past, which is one of my favorite Zelda entries. But I feel like that one, like it's a good way to introduce like a new art style and a new graphics engine, and then later making more use of it for like another entry. And they could continue doing that. I think. I mean, I guess now that we have like that Link's Awakening remake, they could probably continue like top-down Zeldas in that style. Like if they were to remake the very first NES Zelda game or Famicom, they could use the Link's Awakening graphics engine, or maybe alter it a little bit to maybe come up with like an altered look. So it doesn't have to be. Oh, you know what they could do? They could make it model Link so that he looks more like the original art, official art, like 2D drawn art, with how he appeared in the you know, for the Famicom and stuff, like that short Link with the brown hair. Like I want to see that in 3D, you know, like that would be pretty cool. Like it would probably still look like Link's Awakening, but we would see his eyes a little more accented. So it's not just like dots, you know. Like I'm wiggling the cursor because like I can imagine it, and I could probably like draw it out or something. But I could definitely see like that sort of look for like a, you know, Famicom NES remake of the first Zelda game. And that would be cool. And then they could include like all the satellite stuff, the satellite dungeons, you know, the DLC for that time. 80s DLC. So those extra dungeons, they can include all that too, and maybe add more on top of it, you know. But that would be pretty cool. Maybe someday though. You replay, yeah. Quick and easy compared. Yeah. I remember going through that. I think my last time was probably when it came out on Wii Virtual Console for the first time. I actually played that through Skype, of all places, because my friend wanted to watch me play it. We did a few games. I would broadcast it through Skype video call, and my friend would just watch me play it. That was where it is. You know, Zelda was one of them. I think Crisis was another one. Crisis just really graphics heavy at the time. That was more of a first-person shooter though. Played that. I think Far Cry, one of the Far Cry games. Yeah, let's revisit that too. Was he playing the game or rubbing the Leo? I mean, probably both, because he still has. I mean, I checked I booted up the game and checked the save files, and yeah, his save file would be the second one. I don't know if I've ever shown it on stream. I probably didn't. I think I was probably checking to see if it would work or not to capture. But yeah, his save file is still on that cartridge. This part should be really dark. That'll be really cool if they bring back Oni Link. Maybe he'll look a little bit different though in this graphics engine, more cell shaded, I guess. That'll be really interesting. So I thought I saw like an article somewhere where they didn't want to show too much of Tears of the Kingdom, or they don't want to reveal too much. And it makes sense because, you know, this being a brand new Zelda, they want to surprise people with it. It's a pretty dark color. There's a part of the like the cutscenes in Tears of the Kingdom that it almost has like a sort of Studio Ghibli feel to it, and I feel like that Castle in the Sky, aka Laputa, has been inspiration for the Zelda series for a while, and it definitely shows because, you know, you have the buildings and what's the word, sculptures and structures in the sky. It's just like Castle in the Sky. And that film also came out in 1986, so it's like the same year as the first Zelda. And shortly after Legend, which was the Ridley Scott film. And that film always reminds me of, you know, Zelda. That one came out with, like 1985, yeah, so 1985, and then the year after would be Legend of Zelda. Starring Tom Cruise, Tim Curry. We have the three characters, what do you call it? Dynamic. You get the boy, you get the sort of princess-like, and then you got the, you know, the main villain. That is Darkness. And the same thing goes for like any Zelda game, or at least the mainline Zelda games. You get the boy, the girl, and then the main villain. Courage, power, wisdom. So I feel like not only Laputa, Castle in the Sky, but also Legend may have been inspiration for the series. I don't know how this part is shaped. Alright. I feel like I should add some more dark spots. Be under here. This is a good shade. It's like a dark brown. Like a really dark brown. Also with a very low transparency or opacity, I mean. which gives it this this nice layer, nice dark shading look to it. Good enough for shades. I feel like his the green part of his arm should like glow or something. In there. I should also move this. Even though it's not supposed to be like that dark of a brown, I can always go back to it. Oh, but the chains though. I might want to add some more chains along the chest here or something. All right. There's also a little crease on the shirt, side of the shirt. There's also a buckle on this side here. I don't know if it's supposed to be like tying to this one or... Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot all about the arrows. Man, I still gotta add like the feathers and stuff for the arrows. Can you darken this part? Yeah, the color to use for shade. Very nice. Looks like he's got some more holes on the belts. some more shadows underneath here. Okay. Maybe some around here. There's gotta be at least something underneath the shirt. Okay. Got more details in. Save that. There needs to be more shadows back here. Shadows in between these belts here, especially on the shirt. I want to make it so that like they were part of some of the outer layer that would glow, which gives it more, I know, a little more of a like cooler look. But I was also imagining to see how if the hand were to glow, I think the light from the hand would reflect off of the surrounding areas, like his hand over here, his other hand, I mean. Then maybe also his glove, or gauntlet, or whatever it's called. And then maybe somewhere across down here too would have some reflection off of that light. So I was thinking that would be a cool thing to do. Something to think for later though. I think next is trying to get these arrows. Try to get the arrows in. Oh, I think I was supposed to also broadcast on Picardo. Let me see. Hopefully now we're live on Picardo. So there is the pen. Should probably put it down here. Alright, so I think the arrows, there's the tip of where like the ends of the arrows would be held at have these like little two, there would be like a diamond shaped thing, and then like there's like two pins sticking out. So I'm gonna try and get that drawn out. Not sure if I should stick to this color though. Try to sharpen these. Let's get a little bit darker. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like there might be a seventh one behind here. If I were to zoom in a little closer, I think there might be another one back there. Yeah, maybe I'll do a seventh one. We'll see. Bum, 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 bum. And using Winamp, I don't think they this version of Winamp doesn't seem to have the Q item tool or option. I mean, because I used to be able to press the Q button or Q key in order to queue up the next track in the playlist. Now I have to do it manually. There's another arrow down here. So at a different angle. Oh yeah. This will be the Link talk to the hand pose. Yeah. Just missing that yesterday. And that will be the caption for this pose. It's kind of like the what's the term for like Native Americans? Arrowheads, except the other end of the arrowheads. Alright, I think after these, there's no one back here. Already start adding the ribbons, or what it is that's like wrapped around the end of the arrows here. The rest of the arrow should be like brown, like light brown, I mean. Wooden. Let's get some orange in. I feel like these should be more like bulgy. It's like little rubber bands wrapping around the end of it. I think it was like at least three rings around, 3 orange rings, I mean, before it ends with a blue. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of lag here. The rest of the stick here, or the arrow, would have like yellow. Try to use this here. Line tool. I know this part would be covered by the feather. Oh, there's like multiple parts of the arrow that has those bands. Let's see. And then now it had to be shaded too. So we can go back to Zelda. I've been on this for a while. Okay. I'm gonna get some turquoise colors. So much lag. Come on, mouse. I wonder if it's because it's like Steam being signed into the Steam friend list. I think it also requires a bit of a consistent connection, and then it's just like testing to see if it's we're still online and stuff, making sure we're still connected. That might be the cause of the slight lag that I sometimes experience. Either that, or maybe it's like continuing to communicate with the with Scribblet. This part here seems to go over this arrow. And this one over this one. Seems like the feather part seems to curve a little more though. Probably because it's like giving room for the other arrows, I guess. I don't know, there's like a third side. Yeah, I think that there might be a third side. I don't know. I think I also should have used white for the bottom part. Put that in first. feel like one of these arrows needs to be a little lower, but it's fine. I think we'll probably have to try and adjust. Getting all these arrow stuff in, it's just it's another process on its own. I feel like the majority of tonight's session will be on these arrows. Although we did do a little bit of the face to start with. I feel like now might have to get all the arrows in as much as we can. And I feel a slight lag. Let me see if I can sign off of Steam a little bit. Hopefully that helps. And also get a save. This arrow has to have like 2 layers. Because there's another one back in the back there. we just got the 2 colors down, but there's still let's see, 1, 2. I gotta fade it to like a darker color at the endmost tip of it, or strand, I guess. I think it's like a darker turquoise, deeper, I mean. Still feel the lag a little bit. So I also made a suggestion to the developers of Scribblet for them to add like an autosave feature. So if any player spends more than like 15 minutes, the app would autosave a drawing to the favorites and or history. That way, if in case the game would freeze or crash, we'd be able to find the drawing that we were working on. So that's pretty neat. Hopefully they're able to integrate that, because I would definitely find that useful. I can imagine all the lost art that, you know, that disappeared, vanished. I mean, I've had it happen to me at least once, more than once maybe. Yeah, more than once. Sheesh. And it's like no way to recover them, although each time that I would draw something, in most cases I would stream them, and then I would at least know like how they looked as I was drawing them, and I can always redraw it. But man, when this game was still in its early stages, like fresh release, it was a lot to work on. Like, they didn't really have like it was still pretty buggy, and like they didn't, like, there wasn't no official way to find the past drawings. So unless you go to the directory, installation, and local data, really dig your way through the directories and find the images where the app would autosave and stuff. Or you would have to click the save or add to favorites to find the image, because only if you click them or click save and stuff is when it would have an image saved to the hard drive. But if you don't, it will probably remain in the history, and over time it will disappear as more images continue to pile up, and it would auto-delete the older images. And then and one version, like a later version, I come to find that it only saves up to like 50 images for some reason. And then I totally lost like a whole bunch of drawings that are older than you know, the 50 that we were able to save. So I made a note of that to developers, and like, man, they gotta fix this. But I think that's been fixed. That's an old bug that I found. I don't know if they call that a bug or not. But yeah, that one's been fixed. But man, I lost a bunch of good ones. But luckily I think I saved a backup, and I'm sure if I still have the metadata for each of those images. But the Santa Claus one is gone. Santa Claus Krampus. Although I still have like the drawing saved in full, including the process or progress images. As I continue to click the save button, got all these images. I think it's just missing the metadata from the old hard drive. It's around a time when I swapped from Windows 10 to Windows 7 and vice versa. Built a new computer and so on. So I had to transfer some of the files over. But yeah. And try to recover some of those images. It's a pain in the butt. But it's good that, you know, some of the developers are paying close attention to the Discord, and you have to communicate with them through Discord to find help. But yeah, possibly not recommended to put in hours of your time on the drawing, because it's mostly made for like casual play when drawing, and not so much like serious drawing. Or even spending that long would be like too long, and there's like a possibility of losing your work. But yeah, that's why it's good to save often, just like, you know, early versions of Photoshop or whatever drawing programs that a lot of us artists, digital artists, tend to use. But yeah, Photoshop, I remember that one required a lot of like development. Even back then, back in like the early 2000s, like just remembering to save often is like a thing you had to do, you know? And that goes with like any creative program. Video editing, 'cause that sometimes those apps just crash on you as you're working, and just like lose tons of work, a lot of hours spent. That has happened, and I feel for all the creators that have suffered through all those crashes and whatnot. But it's good that some programs nowadays have the autosave feature. Like Vegas, for example, that continues to crash on me sometimes. And good that when I reopen that program, it would recognize that you know, there's a recent save in the history, and it would just reopen that file, that autosave file. It won't remember what the file name was. It'll just open up the project file that's been saved to a different directory. So I would have to manually save as, and you type in the file name, save it to the proper folder location. Yeah, the whole process of like, you know, managing files and editing and all that is just can be a doozy. Alright, I think next we add the dark parts. with like a three thing. Try it again. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go, something like that. I feel like this part needs to be a little longer though. So the feathers, there's like the lighter, there's the white, and then there's the light turquoise, and then it's a darker turquoise at the tip, and the last stripe of it. So let's get that darker stripe. Slightly move up here. Yeah, I think it's like somewhat to this color. One swipe. Oh. I think I can Control Z so I can undo. Like this might be a little too solid. Bring down the opacity a bit. Oh. Oh, I think this feather here goes behind this one, I think. As long as we can get like one dark stripe out there. Then we got it down. Probably add some shadows to the rest of the arrows, and also maybe add some more of the little bandy things. Let's see if we can do that. Apparently there's more of it down here. Not sure there's any other. Okay, let's get some orange. I feel like eventually these will be darkened up a bit. It might be a little too extended here. It's okay. We'll adjust to this. Alright, let's get the line tool. Try to thicken this up a little bit. Okay. I could probably add some shadows to the arrows. Ooh. Really carefully get in there. Man, if only we can zoom in, but we can't. Cannot zoom in, and it's only one layer. I might just cover this entire thing. There you go. Just roughly go about it. I think it should be like a more darker color. There we go, something like that. Deeper down the barrel you go. Darker the colors. Alright. Maybe some more shadows here. Definitely some shadows here. Gotta give it that depth, 3D depth, so to speak. Something like that. I feel like this should also be brightened up a little bit. These ends. Just a tiny bit. Just so that they look like stones a bit. I feel like I should use grays instead of the whites. I don't want to lighten it up too often or too much. I'm gonna leave like a side of it like more dark, then half of it gray. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Shaped. Let's get some more details on this bag. We'll probably go for a few more minutes. Smaller bag here has a like little strap. Alright, let's get a little lighter brown. There you go. Get some more browns. I feel like adding these darker browns give it the overall color that we want, which is good. Because there will be some shiny parts where I would definitely want to highlight. Let's see. Apparently there's like a little buckle there. I'm gonna try and form that buckle. It's like a gray buckle. Doesn't seem to tie with this one underneath here though, as it does over at the front. The front is where it would attach, but over here would be its own buckle, I think. Man, this one probably hurts just for having it like underneath the rib here, like across the side. Must be hurt for the person that's wearing it, especially if they land on that part of the body, fall to the ground, because it's metal, and then like it would just like squish up against the ribs. All right, this needs to be like a darker gray. Alright, we definitely got something there. And there's like another strap. From the looks of it. It's like a little gold gold part of the buckle in the corner here. So I might want to add that. like there's supposed to be like a strap that comes out, like the end of the belt. I'll try and draw that if I can. I feel like this part here should be a lot bigger. Like this center part here that connects the two belts. At least according to the image, the statue. I'll zoom up a bit. Oh yeah, I forgot about there's like a sword back there. Like the sheath for the Master Sword. And I forgot about the sword itself. Oh man. Maybe I should draw that in. It's supposed to come across the back here. Alright, we'll see. I think I'll probably have to save that for next time then. For this session, we'll probably just do some more of the belt, then whatever else. There's some more buckle stuff down here. shadows in the right places. Way to appear more metallic. The buckle here. I feel like this part here needs to be like it has to be gold color, I think. Let's try this color. Yeah, I feel like it might be like a little more copper-like. Copper or gold? Not really gold though. There we go. Lightly give it like a little shine. There we go. Close enough. I think if I had a smaller mouse pad, I would be able to maneuver around this a little smoother. That's okay. This part over here. I'm trying to type. Alright, so we got the little metal piece, buckle. Let's add a little shine to that. It's part of the buckle here. I feel like it might require a bit more shadows over here on this side. I can hear the train all the way. Whoop. Didn't mean for this to appear more lighter, but it is okay. I feel like it should be more brownish though. Let me see. I'll give it a light. Go over this part again. There we go. Gotta have it blend in somehow. I think over here as well. There we go. Let's get this part to appear more brown. This should be like a line over here. Although zooming in, I can't really see all that much. But knowing how they design these belts, should be something back here. There's like a little strap that would lock this in place. Might also want to add some more shadows over here. Let's get a little lighter. Okay. Alright. Cool. Now that there's a buckle there, we got it down. Let's add some more shadows and then we should be good. It's like a little less visible though. Let's go a little bit darker. Might want to maybe lighten this part up a little bit, the tip of it. Let's try this color here. Ooh, yeah, I think this might be a good one. Let's go a little lighter. Gotta be really careful. Here we go. Slightly making it more 3D looking. Cool. Let's go over around this way. Let's give this like a little more detail on the buckle and belts. All right. Yeah, I feel like this part of the belt is especially requires of attention to detail. All right. Saving that. Coolie. What else can we do? I feel like maybe this part of the buckle would extend out a little more. Just a tiny bit. I feel like I should try a more darker brown. Too much? Coolly. Trying to see how it's turning out. Alright, yep. It's definitely coming along. We fixed the face a little bit today. We did the arrows. Arrows took a while. I feel like the majority had been on the arrows. And then more details on the belts and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely coming along. So you can get some more shadows down here. I think I should increase the opacity for the shadow here. It's one of those odd angles where it's like tough to maneuver using a mouse. Mouse in the house. All right. We're now reaching the 3-hour mark. I'm gonna add more shadows, and then I'll probably have to call it tonight. Get some shadows here earlier. Yeah, I missed out on the sword. I don't know if we can add the sword. We've gotten this far, but I feel like if I do add the sword, it would definitely give it more detail or more things to look at for this image. So I might have to do that. Let's take a look at the overall photo. Man, even the rock in the background is like, there's like some turquoise on there that I'm contemplating of adding for this rock in the background here. But we'll see. Hair's coming out fine. I probably could add some more shine to the hair, man. But I think for the most part, it's fine where it is. See what we can do about the chains here. I think if I add like little shines here and there, we'll make it look a little more metallic. Something like that. Man, comes out really shiny looking. I feel like I could probably add some more rings around here. Not sure if I should. Ba-da-ba-da. Hmm. I feel like there needs some more darker colors over here. Especially underneath the chains. Underneath and over the chains, I feel. Yeah, the deeper the color, the more depth it appears. You know, the more depth it has. Man, I kind of want to get it so that maybe a chain, part of the chain would be dangling from the arm. That would be pretty cool. Like there would be a string of chain. Alright. Alright. Man, definitely coming out. Save that. Doo -doo -doo. I still feel like the green hand, his right hand, should you know, require a bit of more adjustments and details. Let me see. I'm gonna add some little light shadows. All right. Hmm. It looks at the facial features. I think this part would be a little bit more on the brown. Although I feel like the sky is like, the background blue is like segueing through the face because I didn't cover the entire thing. It's okay. Try to cover this as much as I can. There you go. Still some shadowy parts that I gotta do for like his face. Let's get a little lighter. I feel like the sideburns need to be, I don't know if I want to make them thicker or maybe keep them the same. Imagine Link with a beard. Let's get some more shadows all along here as it gets closest to the gauntlet. I don't want to add too much though. Alright, I think we're gonna save it there. Hey there, Robin. Alright, I might have to continue this another time. Possibly next Wednesday, or whenever the next art session will be. Yeah. So this was the third night that we're spending on this. I try to put in like 3 hour per session if I can. So for this session we did a little bit of the face, a little bit of the hair, some of the shoulder pad, Some more shadowing underneath the arm and the chest area. We did the arrows. The arrows were put in today. I think the majority was mostly focused on the arrows. A little bit of the belts across the chest and the waist, and a little bit on the cape. Add more shadows underneath the cape. So definitely more in depth. And yeah, even then it took like this long. So yeah, slowly but surely, I'll try to finish this by the time Tears of the Kingdom comes out a month from now. So yeah, all right. I think that's where I'm gonna take off. So yeah, thanks all for hopping on in, discussing Zelda games, and yeah, I'm not sure what I'll be doing tomorrow. I could hop onto an old game as a throwback. I don't know. Could be Mario Party. I think Mario Party would be a good one to maybe revisit. I'm not sure which entry though, but we'll see. All right. I've already pressed the save button, so we're good. Yeah. Not sure if I'm forgetting anything. So yeah, until then, I'm gonna take out for now. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your night and or day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.
See you next time!